Today is our NBA preview special. There are several players in the league who we first met right here on the show.
We'll start with the reigning champs in our five-star feature. The Boston Celtics will start the season by hanging their 18th NBA championship banner. Last year's title was the first for their star player, Jason Tatum. The 26-year-old is a five-time All-Star, and he also added a second Olympic gold medal over the summer. When we met him in 2015, he was one of the highest-rated high school prospects in the country.
I'm a really tall guard. I can play multiple positions on the floor, like to bring it up, score from the post and the wing.
He was the Gatorade National Player of the Year in his senior season at Chaminade College Prep in St. Louis. The school has a proud athletics tradition that includes NBA players David Lee and Bradley Beal.
Really just, giving me tips and tools, to help better myself on and off the court. What the things to look for in college and, if I do make it to the NBA, what to look for when I get there.
Probably the most famous NBA player who appeared on this show as a high school player is Phoenix Suns forward Kevin Durant. We got our first look at KD in 2006 when he stole the show at the McDonald's All-American game in San Diego.
It was unbelievable for me, man. Just, all the great players to play before then paved the way for us. So I was very thankful for, just being a part of it and, just to play in a great place like San Diego along with the great players in that game was fun. And, some of the players that played are in the league now, so it's good to see them. We gained a lot of friendships back then.
As a high school player, Durant had trouble finding the right fit at first. He attended 3 different schools over 4 years, including a season at Oak Hill Academy.
My first 2 years, my freshman and sophomore year, I played at National Christian Academy in Fort Washington, Maryland. That was one of the best times, too. I didn't play that much my freshman year. I think I averaged about 2 points a game. And then my sophomore year, that's when I was inserted to the starting lineup. And, that's when people started to recognize who I was. So my whole, high school career was kind of up and down as far as moving to different schools, but I'm glad I did it that way.
Durant eventually landed at Montrose Christian in Maryland for his senior season, and that's where he really started to feel comfortable. He still visits Montrose on occasion, and he stayed in touch with his former coach, Stu Vetter.
I go back every summer to play with the guys and, just talk to them a little bit. So, this is going to be that school helped me out a lot, and, I'm never going to forget that.
Now with 2 rings, 2 MVPs, and 14 All-Star appearances, Durant has cemented his status as one of the game's all-time greats. Now for an update on a big trade. We're going to check in with Joe McCann. Greetings, Joe.
Charles, the most stunning move of the NBA offseason happened just as training camps got underway. 2 former sports stars of tomorrow, Julius Randle and Karl-Anthony Towns, are trading places. Towns heads to the New York Knicks after being a cornerstone for the Timberwolves franchise since he was taken first overall in 2015. It's a homecoming of sorts for the 4-time All-Star, who was a 5-star high school prospect just across the state line at St. Joseph High School in Metuchen, New Jersey.
4, 5, 6, 7.
I think he's a combination of like Kevin Durant and Dirk. He's one of those, the new age stretch 4. He's able to stretch the floor, and I think at the college level you're seeing that a lot. Guys that are able to do it on the inside, do it on the outside. The thing that separates Karl from a lot of people that I've met is the great players want to be great every day. If he just continues to do what he does, then without a doubt I see his jersey hanging there one day.
Minnesota, on the other hand, acquires Julius Randle, who is seemingly coming into his own in New York. He made the All-Star team in 3 of his 5 seasons with the Knicks. We met Randle when he was the number 2 overall recruit in the 2013 high school class. His coach at Plano Prestonwood in Texas was confident that even at 17 years old, Randle was NBA ready.
I think he can play there right now. And I think from a maturity standpoint, obviously whatever God has for him or whatever college he needs to play, he'll go do that. I don't know how many years that'll be, but he is, the way I've seen him grown in 1 year, if he can keep doing that, he's going to be super special.
That's just my dream as a kid. I didn't really realize it that, I had the potential or, I could possibly be in there one day. And I really try not to think about it. Every day I just try to come in here and work as hard as I can and, try to max out my potential. And hopefully one day I'm blessed enough to be there.
In Minnesota, Randle now teams with one of the game's rising stars, Anthony Edwards. He just turned 23 years old, and he's now a 2-time All-Star. Edwards averaged 25.9 points per game last year and had several big moments in Minnesota's 2024 playoff run. He was the number 1 player in the 2019 high school class when he played at Holy Spirit Prep in Georgia.
I feel like God just blessed me with the ability to just do certain things that other people can't do, so I just take advantage of it at all costs. Just get my teammates involved, scoring, dunking, playing defense, getting blocks, just exciting the crowd.
There's times when I guess I just look like an offensive genius, and because he makes shots that nobody else is going to make. And then there's other times where, you do have to sort of gauge how he's doing and how the rest of the team is reacting, and because he's so talented and so capable, I don't want to get in his way. You know what I'm saying? But then there's other times when we got to make sure we're getting other guys involved, but he's great with that give and take.
The T-Wolves have a strong supporting cast around Edwards and Randall, including former sports star Naz Reid. Even though the Western Conference has several teams that look like contenders, the retooled Timberwolves should expect to be right near the top again this season. For Sports Stars of Tomorrow, I'm Joe McCann. Let's send it back to Charles.